Hey there everyone, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're heading off to HomeGoods for what feels like the 20th time this season for me, because every time I pop in there, I feel like they have some really good pieces and the shelves are constantly being restocked. So it's a great spot to find those more elevated designer looking pieces for affordable prices. So I'm gonna take you with me on my last couple of trips there and point out some of those things. And we're also gonna pop into Marshalls as well because I've been having some good luck there also. So should be a fun video. And without further ado, let's head off to HomeGoods. All right, so here we are, and one of the first places I always like to check out is the decorative accent section. I've had some really unique finds here over the years, and something I immediately loved was this champagne nutcracker. It has a very similar look to the ones that are on front gate for roughly $50 each, while this one was only $15. And I also liked that it was a more subtle champagne color and it wasn't too yellow of a gold tone. Another piece I loved was this wooden nativity set. Last year I had a ceramic nativity, which I will link below, but I put it on a wood pedestal to give it a more natural rustic look, and I love that this nativity has that earthy feel to it without even needing a stand. I also loved this unique snowflake rustic bell. Pieces like this are great because you can just pop them next to vases or candles and instantly make things look more festive. And another piece that can also help do that are woven Christmas trees. I love the natural texture on these and how they had a bunch of wooden ones as well, because both wood and woven materials are great for giving your space that organic earthy feel. And I actually used one of these last year and popped a faux candle inside of it with a timer, so every night it lit up. Something else that I've been seeing a lot of recently at HomeGoods is driftwood decor, and I love the earthy rustic feel that this gives to a space. And I've seen trees, angels, and reindeer all in different shapes and sizes, so you could easily pop one on a mantle, a shelf, or a table. I also thought it would be really cute to mix and match, like pairing this reindeer with the tree. This combo would look so stunning on a console table with maybe some fairy lights sprinkled around the base. Definitely a great spot to come if you're in search of some of those festive accent pieces with a more designer look to them. Another thing I love to keep an eye out for here are faux floral arrangements, and this one was only $30, and considering that that includes this really pretty rustic vase and it's already arranged for you, I thought that was a great deal. The greenery was so lifelike, and I love the pop of red from the berries, and this would be so perfect to dress up a coffee table or maybe a bathroom countertop. I also liked this more neutral one in this distressed charcoal vase. I love the gathered rustic look of the greenery and the little pine cone details that it had in it. They also had a ton of little accent trees here. This flocked one was $17, and I loved the woven basket that it came in just to help add some texture and warmth to a space. And something else that I was really excited to see here were these outdoor trees. And so if you're big into hosting, or maybe you're planning on having guests this season, having one of these outside your door with maybe some lights strung through it would just make for such a warm and welcoming entryway. I saw that they had one natural one, and they also had a gorgeous flocked one as well. Now, this one was probably my favorite accent tree just because of how unique it was, and I did end up buying this one. I really liked that the foliage seemed to have some movement to it, and that it was kind of like a gray or a blue-green color. They had the smaller accent one, which I got, and then they had this larger one, but I thought it was a little pricey at $80, but it was still really beautiful and had that realistic look to the greenery, which I loved. Now, even though this wasn't holiday decor, they had these stunning fall trees on clearance for only $70. I really liked the distressed pots that they came in, and the coloring on the leaves was so lifelike. This is definitely a great time to snag some deals on autumn decor for next year as well. Now, something that I spotted here last year, but there weren't very many of them, were these gorgeous ornament candles. So I was so excited to see a bunch of them in store this year. They are super similar to the ones sold at Pottery Barn for almost 6 times the price. I love having these figural candles on hand for easy accent pieces, and I typically don't burn these because I just like to keep them for decor year after year, but you could always just reuse them as decor once all of the wax is burned too. Another unique piece that I ended up getting was this sweet little handmade deer. I love that subtle frosted look that it has, and I thought it'd be so cute just popped on a tray, maybe with some holiday greenery. Something that I love to incorporate into my holiday decorating are vintage or vintage-inspired pieces, and I like to collect brass candlesticks at my local thrift stores and then use them to decorate my tablescapes. But if you're unsuccessful at the thrift stores, they had some really pretty vintage-inspired ones here for some really great prices. Now, another section that is a must during the holiday season is the entertaining aisle, and I loved this little 4 forest plate set. I liked that it was simple yet festive, and the uneven surfaces on it gave it that artisan handmade feel. And these plates were $6 each, so if you didn't want to buy the entire set, you could always just purchase one individually to use for a cookie plate or a dessert platter. I also spotted these cute candy cane wine glasses, and I've seen similar holiday wine glasses for more than double the price on designer sites. And I also loved these snowflake ones. They would even be pretty to make mixed drinks in or some holiday pomegranate margaritas. And speaking of pomegranate, the coloring on these glasses was stunning. I loved the texture detail on the bottom, and they'd be so perfect for adding a subtle pop of color to a tablescape. I also thought these amber wine glasses were so unique and would be perfect on a table next to a window with all of that light shining through them and just adding a little pop of warmth. This is also a great spot to pick up things like little risers or trays. I loved this wooden Christmas tree one, and even though it was in the barware section, this would be so cute to use as decor, maybe with some mini ornaments as a decorative bowl filler inside. And I also loved this green marble tray. You could even use this in a bathroom to style some soap and toiletries on top of, and it would also just be a great year-round piece to have on hand. Okay, so next I popped on over to Marshalls and I started in the decor section. I spotted the cutest little accent trees, and not only were they woven, but they had this adorable checkered pattern on them, which is really big right now. They kind of remind me of something that you would see at like Anthropologie or West Elm, and I like that they had different sizes so you could group a couple of them together. And another thing that I was so excited to see were these wood and marble Christmas tree coasters. I actually purchased these last year in both colors, and I love that they're a useful and practical piece, but they also help to give off an elevated aesthetic. They had so many pieces here that are great if you like to entertain or have holiday game nights. Something that I was obsessed with was this little snowman oil dispenser. This would be so cute to put oil in, or maybe a homemade salad dressing. Even if you wanted to use a store-bought dressing, it would still give it a more homemade look if you put it on the table in this. So adorable. I also loved this salad bowl. It was really reasonably priced, and I thought that this would be great for popcorn or salads or even a little bread basket. They also had this adorable hand-painted cardinal one, and I've also seen both of these at TJ Maxx as well. Another thing that just makes this season a little bit more special is drinking from a holiday mug, and they had some really cute ones here. I loved this neutral forest one, and they also make great last-minute gifts to have on hand paired with a little Starbucks gift card. They also had lots of tabletop trees and arrangements to use as festive accent pieces. I really liked the simple one with the green glass vase. It would easily add a lot of height to a styling moment, and I just like the simplicity of it. I also loved these little Christmas tree canisters. If you do a lot of holiday baking, a couple of these would be so cute to have out on the countertop with some flour or sugar inside, and they would also be really cute to gift as a little baking kit also. And they did have a bunch of sizes available, which was kind of nice. And how cute was this little gingerbread doormat? It's just little details like this that make coming home feel special and festive during the holidays. And if you guys can't tell by now, something that I think makes a space feel expensive is when you use natural materials. So things like wovens, wood, stone, or marble. And marble specifically is usually a very expensive material. So these marble accent trees help to give off a high-end feel, even though they're super affordable. And they had a bunch to choose from, and I believe there are even some available online right now, so I will link those below. And something that is a must for me during the holiday season is a cozy knitted throw. And this one was $40, which was a great price considering that the yarn was super thick, and so many designer sites sell chunky knit blankets similar to this for well over $100. And these knitted throws really help to give a space that warm and cozy feel by layering soft textures into your styling. I also spotted this realistic looking gingerbread house. Pottery Barn usually has a line of gingerbread houses during the holidays, so this is a great way to get a similar look for a lower price tag. And they also had a bunch of trees that you could mix in with the villages as well. I also noticed that they have some really great holiday greenery at both TJ Maxx Homegoods and Marshalls, and I spotted this really gorgeous pine cone garland that was basically a frosted version of the Real Touch spruce garland that they sell on a floral, and I actually used that garland last year and loved it. So this is just a great way to get a similar look for less. Another piece I was super excited about was this vintage look bell candle, and this huge candle was only $16.99 and looks super similar to the one at Pottery Barn. I love the distressed brassy look, and I ended up taking this one home to use in my styling this year. They also had this bell one that reminded me of the one at our house, and I actually have this one from last year and I love using it as a little accent piece. I also thought that $10 for this large vintage bell cluster was a great deal. These would be perfect hung from a wreath or maybe on a door handle, or even layered in with some stockings for some extra visual interest. And speaking of stockings, this bobble knit stocking was so cute. It even came with a little bell on it, and these were such a great deal. They were only $15 each and were a great dupe for the West Elm ones that are over twice the price. All right, everyone, that about wraps up this video. I hope that you enjoyed coming along with me to my Homegoods and Marshalls. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help to support the channel. And make sure you're subscribed, because my next video is going to be a Christmas decorate with me. We're finally going to start decorating the house this season. I just want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!